Hi guys, second trade. Right now I'm looking at the GBPUSD, which opened high today on 16th of April. So far I'm looking for a sell model to unfold to this low right here, which was created at 6:30. It's essentially the London low. So I'm looking for the short opportunity towards it. It doesn't mean that I will target the exact low, but that is my bias. I'm bearish on GBPUSD. If we go to the minute time frame, you can see how we are flipping bearish off of respecting this bearish fair value gap. So I'm comfortable shorting with my stop above that high. So let me go to set the trade. So far this kind of spreads are kind of large to me, but yeah, I will compensate for it. Take profit should be right around there. And how much large is the stop? So I'm waiting to execute the trade. I'm looking for low prices. I don't know why the price is, yeah, I'm going short right now. So I'm going short. Let's see how the price behaves. My stop is above this exact high, and I'm targeting those like 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. I entered exactly at 742, targeting essentially 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So let's see how this trade plays out. And for visual representation, I'm going to enter short or so here using a paper trading account. Yeah. So I entered essentially like right here with my stop loss above that high. My stop loss is above this high. targeting 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So I entered the side of this 742 candle. I'm gonna set an alert for when the price reaches equilibrium. For now, I can't do much. This is like a tiny scalp because stop is like 5 pips. I want to see how Euro USD is behaving. It also opened low. Once the price reaches this equilibrium, I will trail my stop, probably above these highs or above this down close open high candles high to minimize risk at least. So far, this trade is just ranging around my entry. I'm in a bit of throwdown and I don't want to babysit this trade, so what I'm going to do is to set an alert. I already set an alert at where I intended to reduce the risk. I'm going to set my alert on my invalidation so that I will be alerted when the trade gets validated and let it play out. Because I don't want to babysit it. and then I will check back on it when there is an alert. So yeah, we will see what happened. So I'm going to trail my stop above this high right here, because 8 a.m. just is about to open on 354.92. One, 3, 4. Yeah, there. Because this candle closed bearish, just to reduce risk in case 8 a.m. opens high. Because if the price is truly bearish, it shouldn't go above that high. 1, 3, 5, the price is so from now I'm expecting an expansion to the downside if my bias is correct. Otherwise, then I'll be wrong. I should be taken out of the trade. And if I still have enough margin, I will try a next setup. But so far, these spreads are really huge. Should have made this one black. For easy visual representation. So far, the price has yet not reached the equilibrium of the range, because if it did, then the alert should have gone off already. The price has touched the equilibrium. I'm going to reduce the risk once again to this high which was created at 801. I can't go break even just yet because these spreads are just huge, but I should be at break even right now. So let's see, the alert just pinged again. So my stop is right now at the bodies right now, those bodies. So I want to see if the price will continue expanding to the downside and potentially reach this one to risk to reward. Let me look at these drawings because they tend to misbehave. So now, if the price reaches here, I will be fully break even, I guess. Let me remove this one. If I was trading against the trend, I would most likely have exited the whole position once price touched here at the equilibrium, because most of the time I'm anticipating that I was trying to catch a retracement. Retracement means that I do not expect the price to reach the other side of the range. So, but because I'm trading inside of an expansion, inside of a pro trend, which is making a higher high, lower highs and the lower lows, lower highs, lower low, I'm expecting price to actually reach this low, whether or not I will be inside of the price. That is my anticipation. So that is why I'm holding for the target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So that is what I'm waiting for. Then this, goddamn, look at this week. This is too much. I'm going break even right now. I'm break even right now, whatever happens. Look at this giant wick. I'm going break even right now, whatever happens. If the price doesn't expand to my target, then I'll be out. Let me look at the actual chart right here. Oh my goodness, look at this giant wick. Euro is already flipping bullish. So let's look at the damage that this week has done. Here there is a discount. It shied away from it. But it doesn't remove the fact that price reached the discount. If the price is really bearish, it should expand still to the lower side, but making such a giant wick right here, it would be naive of me to expect lower continuation without a deeper retracement, and a deeper retracement means that I'm most likely going to get stopped out maximally at break even. So I can't risk getting stopped out once price reached 1-on-1 risk to reward ratio and stop me out full loss. That would be very uncivilized. So I'm waiting to see what will happen next. Okay. So far, if the price is really going to reach this low which I'm targeting, it should be accelerating right now in this 15-minute candle. Yeah, this is the overall target, but I don't have to wait for the price to reach it maximally. Price is behaving very sporadically. So I'm going to go up one time frame. Why is the magnet not working? Then the price got almost all the way to the target which I was anticipating. Yeah, but I would say it was a bit of a FOMO trade, because look at the price right here. I should have waited for the candle to close, but so far I wouldn't be looking for something in gold right now. So for GBPUSD is not expanding as I expected. Trying to enlarge this position sizing tool right here. Yeah, like so far. Euro USD is expanding lower, more quicker than GBP USD, which is kind of fine because occasionally the price action in these correlated asset classes have to catch up with one another. For instance, this bullish up close candle right here, you can see that on the Euro USD it's just down close candle, meaning that the strength is switching. So I want to know which asset class will catch up, will reach the actual low the first, because Euro USD is catching up to GBP USD. It is more likely to go to the actual low before GBP USD. In that instance, I will consider closing the trade manually, because that will mean that if the drawn liquidity or the actual target I was anticipating have been reached by the correlated asset class, that would mean that it's a crack in correlation. Then I should be ready to kill the trade, or at least reduce risk and realize some gains before the market turns on me. So far the price is running to reach this 7 AM low before 8:30, and I'm interested in seeing how the price will react off of this low. I'm not trying to call the low. I've already set my target, so I don't intend on doing anything unusual. So far this internal low have been swept and it's being rejected. Internal liquidity raid. GBPUSD seems to be slowing down, but I want to see this low closed over for the price to actually reach the target. Otherwise then I will be stopped out, break even. Which will be kind of awkward to see the price come this close and go back to break even, to be honest. So far you can see that this low was swept whilst retesting this bullish favorable gap in the discount. In advance of 8:30, so that would mean a red flag. So I might as well close the trade manually right now, because, or at least take some pressure. In advance of 8:30, anything can happen. So as I'm trading pro trend, I'm not supposed to take any other precaution other than set break even and wait for the price to do its thing. Seems like price is reversing against the position. In advance of 8:30, which is not a great sign to see, but as I've already set break even, yeah, that will be it. It's like I'm going to eat a loss right here. I'm probably already stopped out on the, let me check. Yeah, I'm already stopped out right here. In advance of 8:30. God damn. So that means I should be out right here. Maybe I trailed my stops too aggressively. Or the spreads were too huge. Yeah, so that was it. 8:30 is bound to expand higher towards all these highs. So I think this was the cleanest setup I could see today. And also we are in advance of some high impact news, ready for the news, which I don't know which one is it. So I think there was some kind of high impact news which that was a data week on 8 a.m. So I can't complain right now. I want to let it stop the position out. Mind you, the price might still reach the target, but this was a deep retracement which I can't endure, to be honest. Damn, how does that happen? Can you explain this? How does it open low and still stop me out? God damn. How can you explain this? How does the candle open low and still sweep me out, the stop loss which was above the market price, and stop me out? The CFDs are kind of unmatched. So I think this was the only trade which I was willing to take. Yeah, we will see. I will get you I will alert you if I get any other trade, or if this one actually plays out. In the Telegram channel, if you are not inside of it, it's Ivan Trades channel, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for sticking around, and then I will let you know if the trade actually plays out, but I don't think I would have liked what would happen. A day 30 came when I was in a trade. I got to the high time frame because I was stopped out break even. The other setup which could come will have opportunity, because if I was going to look for long setup bar back above today's actual high, so as you can see, the price after the high impact news at the 8:30 started guiding upwards against the supposed to be my position, so I wouldn't have liked this anyway. So